Today's Thursday, January 23rd, and this is a status check on a position I took a few minutes ago involving the micro E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures, ticker symbol MNQ. And as of the time of this recording, the NASDAQ 100 futures is quoted at 22,040 and a half. And since the futures market started trading a little over 4 hours ago at 6 p.m. Eastern, it's currently up 2 points. So this is the chart layout at the 7-day 10,000 tick level, which means each of these red and green candlesticks equals 10,000 trades, consisting of both buy side and sell side trades. This is the current candlestick right here, and in the bottom right corner there's a meter. At this point, it's tallied up a little over 9,000 trades having been executed. So whenever this hits 10,000 trades, a new candlestick will then be generated. So from this broad look back, I've marked up this chart with a few reasonable support and resistance levels. The local support level I have is 21,762. Local resistance level is 22,191. So relative to the current spot price, it appears it's right now in the center between each of these two support and resistance levels. Looking left, we can see the 7-day high of 22,094, which was hit earlier this afternoon, heading into the afternoon session. And subsequent to hitting this high, price faded to the downside, but heading into the close, there was a strong move to the upside, possibly on its way to retesting its 7-day high, possibly during the overnight session or into the stock market open tomorrow morning at 9:30. However, I'm speculating that this may start rolling over during the overnight session, creating lower highs. And what I'm referring to is that here we have a high, and if this gets rejected, similar to what happened over here, then this could be a lower high, and that could be leading into another lower high or a stair step for price to come back down, possibly retesting this local support level sometime next week. So what I've done was just to help me navigate through this. I've overlaid this descending channel, what appears to be the current market structure on a short-term time frame. We can see that price has just been bouncing around inside between these two yellow trend lines, which is also acting as another layer of support and resistance, as well as this dotted line running down the center of this channel. So here we have a rejection when price tested the upper yellow trend line. And then here we have two touch points where price tried to break through. Here we have consecutive instances where price did break above it, but was rejected, pushing price right back inside this top yellow trend line here. So while price was trying to break through, I thought that was an ideal opportunity to enter a short position, speculating that price would eventually fade even lower. So as price was still above this yellow trend line, I entered a bearish position. So this white line is just a reference point as to where and when I took the short position, when the NASDAQ 100 was quoted at 22,050 and a quarter. So I actually didn't short the future. I actually shorted via future options as the product. And what I'm referring to is that I'm going to switch over to this page right here. So this is a split screen. So the chart on the left is the 7-day 10,000 tick chart, which is what I was just going over. The chart on the right, believe it or not, is specific to my option contracts. So right here we have a premium quote of 33.75, and right below that there's a string of letters and numbers. This is the actual option chain specifying the exact contract I'm holding. And for someone who's not familiar with reading an option chain, the way I'm going to break it down are as follows: D4AF25. What that means are as follows: D is daily expiration, 4 pertains to the 4th week, A is the alpha code for Monday. So A is Monday, B is Tuesday, C is Wednesday. So this is A for Monday. The letter F is the alpha code for the month of January. 25 is the year. The letter P, when buying an option contract and bearish, it's on the put side. So that's what the letter P is pertaining to. 21,825. This is the strike price. This is where I need price to be at or below prior to this Monday's expiration. So 21,825 is sitting. Actually, I need to scroll down a little bit more. It's sitting right here. So that would be an essential retest of this yellow trend line, which is now sitting between 21,830 and 21,820. So this is where I need price to be at come this Monday's trading session. The lower the better. So if price does break below this channel, it has to then contend again against this lower support level where I think price may bounce off that. But only time will tell. So again, what this contract is saying is that on or before the close of January 27th trading session, I'm anticipating NASDAQ futures will be at or below 21,825. So here on the option chart, we can see a high of $60 and a low of $33.75. And just to show that I'm holding a position, so if I click on show trades, there should be a confirmation bubble. So here's a confirmation bubble showing I've picked up 3 of these contracts, which averaged that to $34.41. I'm just going to round it up to 42 cents. So if I click on the timestamp, so the first 2 contracts, here it says bought 2. These 2 contracts were picked up at $34.75. And then this third contract, which was about 2 minutes later, I picked it up at $33.75. So that's why it averaged out to 34 and 42 cents. So the last thing, the caveat to this trade is that for this specific product, the multiplier is 2. So even though it's showing 33.75, the multiplier is 2. So to get the valuation on this position, okay, so my entry price is quoted at 34. Again, I'm just going to round it up to 42 cents times 2, which means one contract is actually valued at $68.84, and I've picked up 3 contracts. So this is what I'm risking in this trade over the next 2.5 days is $206.52. So that's my total risk exposure, not including commission. And the last thing I want to show here is on active. So now we can see price is now clearly falling back below this upper yellow trend line. So if I open up active trader, my entry price is quoted right here, right by these 2 yellow arrowheads on either side of price. So because my entry price is at $34.42, it was rounded up to 50 cents. So this is effectively the 0 line on the profit and loss side of this ledger. Now the doomsday scenario is that the trade goes against me. If I take no action in closing this position out by the time the premium reaches 0, which is in the gray field, my max loss, again, if it goes to 0, is at $206. So this is what I've committed to this trade right here. So this is my max loss. Hopefully we don't see that, and we'll see a further continuation to the downside. Hopefully we'll see momentum pick up even more heading into the stock market open tomorrow morning. So that is the status of all things. For the purpose of time, I'll pause it here. So if anything, I'll probably do a status check heading into the stock market open tomorrow morning at 9:30. So more to follow. Today's Sunday, January 26th, and this is just a quick status check on the mini NASDAQ 100 short. So as of the time of this recording, the NASDAQ 100 futures is quoted at 21,651. And since the futures market started trading a little over an hour ago, it's currently down 260 points. So it appears that current market structure is broken. Price is now below or outside of this descending channel, where this bottom yellow trend line was the local support level for that channel. And at the open, there was a gap down in price, meaning that this is a closing candlestick from Friday, opening much lower than where it closed. So in the following trading session, it just dropped, falling below this dotted line, which is acting as support, falling below this yellow, and then subsequently blue support level to its current position right here. And if I switch over to the trade tab, the position is now up $797. The option premium is quoted at $167 and a quarter. And importantly, these contracts are now designated ITM, or in the money. With 1 day remaining, I'm going to go ahead and place an order, a limit order, to close out this trade. Also, for the fact that I'm not here tomorrow to babysit this trade, so I'd rather have a limit order sitting here, so it's possible that it could get filled during the overnight session, or possibly heading into the stock market open tomorrow morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to this page right here. So this is a split screen. The chart on the left is the 7-day 10,000 tick chart, which is what I was showing a little while ago. The chart on the right, it's specific to the option contracts that I'm holding, those 3 contracts. So the option premium right now is quoted at $164.50. And right below that, there's the option chain, the string of letters and numbers. So this is a D4AF25. What that means is this is a daily expiration. 4A means it's the 4th Monday. So the letter A is the alpha code for Monday. B would be Tuesday. C is Wednesday. So A is Monday. So this is saying right now, this is the 4th Monday. Letter F is the alpha code for the month of January. 25 is the year. So again, D4AF25 is the 4th Monday in the month of January, which is January 27th. And the letter P is the option code for a put. So when buying an option contract in bearish, it's on the put side. The strike price is $21,825. So this is specific to my option trade. So if I even show, if I click show trades, there should be a confirmation bubble showing my contract. So here's that confirmation bubble showing that I did pick up these 3 contracts at 34.42. And the timestamp is right here. The purchase is from January 23rd. The first 2 contracts at 34.75, and then the third contract is at 33.75. So this trade is specific to my option contract. Now, if the NASDAQ continues trending lower during the overnight session and well into the stock market open, I do have another support level sitting here at 21,495. So I'd like to close out the trade maybe slightly in front of it, meaning maybe 21,525 is somewhere I'd like to close this at, because there would be that probability for a potential bounce. So what I'm going to do is, if I open up Active Trader, so right here, if I scroll down again, my entry price is right here, marked up by those 2 yellow arrowheads on either side of price, which is effectively the 0 line on the profit and loss side of this ledger. I've already calculated a rough approximation for my limit order, so I'd like to see if I could close this out. Oh wow, imagine that, 8,000. Around, let me see if I could scroll this up to, let's see, 293 I think would put it below that local support level. Let me see if I could get it at some big spreads here. I was looking at 221, 248. Let's see if I could close this out at, no. 248. I'm going to see if I could close this out. I'm going to place my limit order right here at 248 for the option premium. That would equate to a net profit of a little over $1,200. So there is my limit order. And again, it's slightly above this local support level. I may bring it lower a little bit, but I'll do that offline. But right now, that's a soft target to closing out this position. So I'll go ahead and pause it here, and I'll pick it up. I'll try and do a quick status check pre-market tomorrow morning. So I'll be back in a few hours. So quick update. I just amended my limit order. It is now sitting at 270 and a quarter for a net profit of a little over $1,400. So again, much closer to this lower support level of 21,495. So hopefully we'll get further momentum to the downside, possibly heading into the overnight session. If not, then possibly during the pre-market hours. But I'm still positive pretty much that this order could get filled sometime tomorrow. Hopefully it does, because again, these contracts expires worthless at the close of tomorrow's trading session at 5 p.m. when the futures market suspends trading. So I'll do a quick status check again in the morning, and hopefully this order's been filled, and I'll move on to other setups I'm currently tracking. So be back. So quick update. I was just closed out a few minutes ago, and I'm surprised I was able to get this order closed. So right here is a confirmation bubble showing my limit order was filled at $270 and a quarter. And if I click on the timestamp, this was filled slightly before 8 p.m. this evening, so about 10 minutes ago. So if I open up active trader, I don't have a position here anymore. And last look at the trade tab, position is 0, quantity is 0. I am out of this trade. So if I do that math correctly here, this is just a quick review. So my limit order is filled at 270 and a quarter, and the multiplier is 2 for this specific product shown right here. So that means each option contract was valued at $540.50, and I picked up 3 of these contracts. So gross was a little over $1,600, and I believe with the cost of getting into the trade and the fees altogether, I think this is about $1,400 net profit. So again, I got into this position last Thursday. So between last Thursday and today, it was about 2.5 days worth of a swing trade. And also because of this order getting filled, again, I don't think this bodes well for the market heading into tomorrow's stock market open at 9:30. I mean, price may try and run back up, retesting this support resistance level of 21,762 during the overnight session. But I'm shocked because my limit order was sitting right here around 21,525. And but in any case, what I'm going to do is I will end it here, and I will continue tracking other assets I'm tracking for potential trade entries. And so until the next trade setup, I'll see you.